In this session I am going to talk about radar block diagram, and we can classify radar system in two types based on its structure. One is monostatic radar system and another one is bistatic radar system. So in this session I will going to explain block diagram and working for monostatic radar system and bistatic radar system, and compare the both of these radar systems, and will be observing how we can use these two radar systems. Basically, based on structure, radar system could be defined by bistatic radar system or monostatic radar system. So let us have first bistatic radar system. Now, as we can see in bistatic radar system, we have a transmitter which is what connected to the transmitting antenna, and that signal is giving to radar display, and we send radio waves towards the targets, or transmitted the signal is towards the target based on echo received signal. This is the echo signal and this is the transmitted signal. Based on the transmitted signal to can form the echo signal. So radar display will show what is the position, what is the speed, and what angle by what range this target there. So in bistatic radar system we can see transmitting section and receiving section. Both are having two different antennas. So this is the transmitting section and this is the receiving section. So we can represent this is the transmitter section and this one is the receiving section. Both sections are having two different antennas. So this is what about the basics which is there regarding bistatic radar system. And next, when we talk about monostatic radar system, then in monostatic radar system we have a transmitting as well as receiving section, but both sections were using single antenna for transmitting and reception purpose. So by having this single antenna, we transmit signal to target and received echo signal from the target. So this is the transmitted signal and this is the echo signal. So this transmitted signal is towards to the target and echo signal from to the target. So what are the challenges which is what we are facing over here? So if you want to use single antenna for transmission as well as reception, in that case it is very compulsory we should use duplexer. Now what is the function of duplexer? This duplexer that has been utilized to isolate transmitter circuit and as well as the receiver circuit. The reason is when we talk about transmitter circuit, so the transmitter circuit that is functioning with the power in terms of megawatts. So megawatts is nothing but 10 power 6. And receiver circuit that is functioning in terms of microwatts, microwatt power. So that is the 10 power minus 6. That is in the 10 power minus 6 in microwatts power. So power level difference in between transmitter and receiver circuit, that is in terms of 10 power 12. That is the 10 power 12. So it is very compulsory to protect receiver circuit from the transmitter. So transmitter high power circuit, and that is what we are doing it by having a duplexer. So first basic task which is there with duplexer. So duplexer is to isolate the transmitter and receiver circuit. The reason is the transmitter circuit is functioning at high power and receiver circuit is functioning at low power. So that is the transmitter is the high power is megawatts in 10 power 6, and receiver section is the low power, that is the microwatts in terms of 10 power minus 6. The basic other use which is what we need to have it with duplexer, that is to have a single antenna. So this is the single antenna for transmission as well as the reception. As we have seen bistatic radar system, there was a different antennas which was there for transmitter and receiver, but in monostatic radar system we use only single antenna. So duplexer will provide bidirectional communication. So this is the bidirectional communication. So this is the bidirectional communication. So this bidirectional communication with the transmitter and receiver. Where in transmitter it will send signal and receiver it will receive the received signal. So this is what the case which is there with duplexer, and this is what the case which is there with monostatic radar system. And next, comparison between monostatic radar and bistatic radar system. So in monostatic radar system uses a single antenna. So while in bidirectional bistatic radar system having a two antennas. In monostatic radar we need to have a duplexer to have a combination of transmitter and receiver section. While in bistatic radar system no need of duplexer. In monostatic radar we can use a single antenna, that's why it requires a less space. So in bistatic radar system needs a more space. So why? Because of we are using a two antennas. And monostatic radar system is a complex system. So what is the complex system? So in monostatic radar systems too we can use a duplexer. So duplexer is a communication system. So this is having a complex circuitry. So that's why monostatic radar system is a complex system and bistatic radar system is a simplex system. So there is no need of duplexer. So that's why simplex system in bistatic radar. And finally, monostatic radar system is a costly system. Why? Because of we are using a duplexer. So duplexer circuitry is the costly system. So in monostatic radar system is the costly system, while as bistatic radar system is the low cost system. So why? Because of we don't need of duplexer circuitry.